Yeah. Scorquemini in the building. Three sisters, one mic. Nikki, Chantel, Jules. Yeah. Let's go. Scorpio, Nikki, Aquarius, Telly, Gemini, Jules. Talk slick, don't play with Scorpio, pressure, Aquarius, cool, Gemini, boss. Three sisters, one voice. Nikki bring a sting and she shout with the truth. Chantel real chill, but she running the booth. Jules a boss and she step with the proof. Three real women and we cutting it loose. Scorpio, Nikki, Aquarius, Telly, Gemini, Jules. Talk slick, don't play with Scorpio, facts, Aquarius, ice, Gemini, boss. Say it once, we say it twice. Hot topics, yeah, we all in the mix. Business, conspiracies, real life-ish. No filter talk, yeah, we say what it is. If you can't take heat, this ain't your biz. Three sisters, no breaks, no fear. Real talk only when you tap in here. Laugh, learn to clutch your pearls. Either way, you rockin' with the girls. Scorquemini, Scorpio, Aquarius, Gemini. We said what we said. Now press play.
I was reading about the living chef, so I could be ready.
4, 3, 2, 1. Action. Welcome everybody to the Scorquemini podcast. We are so excited. I think this is episode number 4. Yay! So, for those of you who are new to our podcast, I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Chantel. I'm the Aquarius.
I'm Nikki. I'm the Scorpio.
And I'm Jules the Gemini.
And together we are Scorquemini. And just a quick background for those who don't know, we started Scorquemini because we are three sisters who are, we're friends, but we're more than friends. We like to call ourselves sisters because we're sisters from a different mom and dad.
Sisters from different misters and mamas.
Yes. We have a deep bond as sisters. I don't even refer to them as my friends. Those are my sisters. So, but we have this group chat that we're in every single day, and so it's called the Scorquemini group chat. And so we figured we bring you into like a little behind the scenes look into the Scorquemini podcast. We talk about chaos, chemistry, and conspiracy. So those are 3 things that we talk about in each one of our episodes. We are so happy that you're here today, and we can't wait to dig in because we got some really good topics today. We're gonna be talking about the most recent. So chaos. I'm gonna start off with chaos. Let me slow down. I'm gonna start off with chaos. So chaos for this week is, if you haven't heard or haven't watched it, Stefon Diggs. Stefon, as I like to call him because he's fine, but
Steph dirty because he dirty.
He's
Real dirty.
Dirty.
He used to play.
He's muddy.
He got different. I'll say this later because he got a little different after he stopped playing for the Vikings here in Minnesota. He used to be like cool, but he got weird after he left. But anyways, Stefon Diggs and the trial that happened last week where his chef said he allegedly assaulted her. And so I'm going to talk about that because I feel like that was probably the most secondhand embarrassment I've ever felt in my entire life, watching someone completely like make a fool of themselves on. Okay. Okay. So at first I wasn't going to watch it because I saw that it was live on YouTube and I was like, I ain't watching this stuff. It's just foolishness. Of course, I'm on social media and I'm on Instagram and I'm seeing these viral clips and I'm like, oh, this looks like it might be good. So I go on YouTube. I caught the first testimony, because I think by that time I saw the viral clips. The testimony was her first day was out. And so her first day of testimony was already out on the blogs and stuff like that. And I was like, this girl sounds like she is great. But I got hooked. And so I watched the first day, the replay, and I was like, this is kind of interesting. So I want to say that if she has lawyers that prepped her, she needs to get her money back. Because, like I said, I had secondhand embarrassment watching it. I was like, I'm so embarrassed for her. I'm like, we need to bring back shame because there's no way me having family and friends that love me would ever
Mm-hmm.
let me go on TV and
Hmm.
just make a fool of myself. Girl, they be like, I would get something like they'll be like, first of all, my mom gonna be calling me like, girl, what is your problem? My brother gonna be calling me. My dad gonna be like, what is this? My brother's gonna call me. My cousins, oh my gosh. My niece would probably, I mean, hopefully my niece would see it, but I'm pretty sure she got wind. She's like, Auntie, for real? Like, I'm telling you, my whole family would have been so embarrassed for me. And I'm like, I felt like she was more, you know how sometimes people are willing, what they call bite your nose to spite your face or something like that.
Cut
I
off your nose to spite your face.
yes, yes.
Mm.
I think she was more into making him look bad, that she was willing to make herself look bad in the process because the way the testimony went, um, she was combative with the prosecutor was on her tail. I mean, the defense lawyer was on her tail.
Defense. Mm-hmm.
That lady, she was on her tail. She was asking her questions like, so when you were in the house, blah, blah, blah. She was like, I don't remember. She said, so you're telling the courtroom under oath that you don't remember saying. And I was like, I don't remember. And then one question she asked her, she was like, I didn't finish my statement. And so the judge finally got tired of her and said, so I go, okay, let me rewind. One of the defense attorneys asked her about did the prosecution try to get $5 million from Stefan or something like that? And she said, but he did try to get 100K. He tried to give me 100K to recant my statement. So they were like, you got to scratch that. It was like, nope, you can't say it. You can't say that. You got to scratch that. Jury, y'all didn't hear that. And so
Mm.
she tried to say it again. She said, well, when I was abused in my other relations, the judge said, ma'am, she turned in her chair and she said, if you don't cut it out, I'm about to wipe out your entire testimony. Like she was about to be done with her. And I was like, woman, you're not helping your case at all. And so I wasn't surprised he was found out guilty.
So back up, tell the people what was it about? What was the
Oh yeah.
Allegations.
Yes,
yeah, what was the allegation?
apparently the allegation was that he assaulted her, he choked her or hit her, punched her or something like that. Choked her, I can't remember. Strangulation. It was strangulation, yes. Strangulation.
Hmm.
Um so he was
But
accused
why? Why did he do it? What did
Let
she
me
say?
tell y'all something.
because
She
she
probably was getting choked out while they was doing it, and he was a little too rough. And she said, "I'm gonna get me." Listen, listen.
said so the okay, so I did skip a whole part of how this all started. Apparently, she sent a text they kept saying one of his girlfriends, and I was like, are they talking about Cardi? Because he had more than one girl. The thing is, he had more than one girlfriend. That's why it was hard for me to keep up. I'm like, are they talking about Cardi? And they're just not putting his name.
Yeah, yeah.
There was a girl named Lindsay he was dating that they said she called her the white bee. And I'm like, okay, so there's Lindsay. And then there was some other girl that was living there that was doing his hair. It was a mess. So basically, a text went out that TMZ got a hold of. Stefan got mad about it, confronted her about it, and apparently that's how they got into a little kerfuffle. But
But the text was about him, or the text
text
was
was about
something.
him. As the text was about him, her sending a text to I think one of his girlfriends. I don't know if it was Cardi or
Oh.
the other girls he was dealing with about
Hmm.
something he did or something that they had going on, and TMZ got a hold of it, and so Stefan confronted her and said you weren't supposed to say
Hmm.
anything, and she did, and so that's how they got into a little tussle. But
So I think that is BS. And I always seem like when we get on here, I always seem like I'm a woman hater, don't I? Because I always be against the women
no,
for. But
I don't think
listen,
so.
how did TMZ? First of all, TMZ, they are not like. How would TMZ get this information from a text message that had to be leaked to TMZ? That
That's
had to be, you know what I'm saying? The intentions of it had to be for him to be exposed, right?
yeah.
So ain't no way that TMZ just randomly got their text message. They
She
are not the
sold it
cell
to
phone
TMZ.
company.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Yeah.
and
She
she tried to say
sold
she
it.
didn't, but that's
And she sold the story. And she
he
probably
said
got paid off of it.
Hmm.
And now
She
she
wanted
got caught
money.
up in. Mm-hmm.
because he said that she was the only one that knew about it or whatever the situation was. I can't remember, but that's what he was confronting her about because it was something that she had leaked that he didn't want. And like I said,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
Hmm.
she was. Oh, and then she was mad because apparently they all go to the Art Basel in Miami, and
Mm-hmm.
so all the other girlfriends were supposed to go, and she got told she
Not all the other girlfriends.
The Art Basel. What is that?
It's like, oh, he was debuting his new furniture. So Stefon Diggs has a furniture collection.
Oh God.
So it's like I've heard about Art Basel, and it's kind of like this thing that I don't know. Let me get the full definition because I've heard of it, but it's like a little swanky thing. I guess they all go to. Um, Apparently, she was supposed to go. Art Basel Miami Beach is a premier contemporary art fair in the U.S. and the cornerstone of Miami Art Week. The event features
Mm,
hundreds of top international galleries showcasing modern and contemporary art, including paintings, installations, and its 010 curated space, digital art. I don't know. But apparently, I
mm.
remember them saying Stefan was supposed to be debuting his new furniture collection he had.
Let's see what that looks like.
And so she wasn't invited.
She initially was supposed to go, and I guess after that little incident they had, she wasn't going anymore.
Hmm.
She was so the assistant even testified, and I guess everybody got their tickets, and she was wondering why she didn't get hers. But then Stefan must have sent her home packing back to Atlanta. But
Hmm.
she was like, "I need the rest of my money." Oh, she said she was suing him also because that's his furniture.
Mm-mm.
What is this? It looks like an autistic puzzle piece.
I can't. I can't. I can't.
And watch people gonna be trying to buy that left and right for whatever reason
It
because
looks
it's
like
Stefan
ribs.
Diggs furniture.
Look at this. What is this?
Mm-mm.
What is supposed to go in these spaces? What is this?
Child.
Mm-mm. Okay. So he was going to present that to the world because,
Yes. And so she was told she was not going, and so she didn't like that. Apparently,
She the chef. What she wanted to go for? She's supposed to be a chef. I had to look up her qualifications or her whatever to see what her resume was. Girl, what was you chefing?
what they
Coach,
said in the trial,
coach.
Mm-mm.
they said in the trial that only thing she cooked them was a hot dog. I'm not lying, y'all. They said it in the testimony that she brought him a hot dog.
And she's supposed to be a nutritionist. And what were you doing?
Let me tell you, she said that the reason why they ended up hooking up was he was in her DMs, I think, and that's how they ended up meeting through the DMs or something like that. And then they started
Before he hired her as a chef?
they started
Child.
something like that. Listen, it was a mess. It sounded really messy, and Stefan Diggs is very messy, and he is 32 years old, and he lives his life like a 22-year-old. And I didn't
He
realize
lived his life like a nasty, scummy
Hmm.
he does
scumbucket.
too much. He does too much, and the sad part is he's a black man with means who could, and his career was still pretty much still kind of like thriving, and he's choosing to be so messy.
Not anymore. Isn't he not signed? He's not
He was
working.
fine. I think he got dropped after the came out.
Yeah, I think he's I forgot which team, but he got drafted again. He's
He
gonna be
got
on
drafted
somebody's
by who?
team.
Because he got released.
Let me
He was
see.
on the was it Bills?
Let's see. Babe.
Right, she'll know.
Babe. Did Stefon Diggs get signed? She said she don't think so.
I don't think so yet.
So he jobless in these streets. You
He
young,
is.
you jobless, and you a thought in these streets with a
Mhm.
dirty D. I
He
would say the word, but y'all know what I'm talking about. He got a dirty Peter. Like I went, like I would be throwing up. There's no amount of money that
Oh,
would
he
make me want to do
refuses
that.
to share his contract details.
with the other assault trial that he got. He had another trial coming up with the dude that said
Yeah, because that's the new one that just came up.
oh my gosh. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. And so I feel like I feel like the case was a retaliation. She was in her feelings.
Yeah.
And I think she knew because all this stuff was happening while Cardi was pregnant too. So that's why I was little like, you did all this knowing that.
And she in the middle of all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, because I was when they were saying the dates, listen. I was like, yeah, December something. I was like, I think Cardi was pregnant then,
Mm-hmm.
or at least had her baby or something because she had her baby before the Super Bowl, which was February. So, anyways, it was a mess. It was a mess.
Yeah, but you see, this is the thing. This is the one thing that this is what I hate about women. Y'all will do anything, be anywhere for any dude that y'all know is in a relationship, but y'all do it just to say that you had
Hmm.
somebody else's man. Now, when
Yep.
he give you something you can't give back, you gonna feel the same way because now y'all both sitting here dying. Like
Correct.
disgusting. It's disgusting. Like y'all all out here having sex without condoms with him, and he's got babies all over the place. So just so happened he got these babies. But what if you get something you can't give back? What if you get
Yep.
something that there is no cure for, there's no pill for, there's no shot for, there's no cream for? What are you
Mhm.
going to do? Like that is so disgusting to me, and it just is so unappealing. And for
They
us,
gonna be dirty like him. They just
just
gonna be
like that.
dirty
And they
like him.
probably
That's what
and
Stefon
the
did.
thing is that they spreading it low and wide
Mhm.
all
It's
over.
because it's Stefon Diggs. That's why they're willing to put
But
up with
they
it.
doing it with
I mean,
men.
they
It
do
don't even have to be him. It's
right. They
every
do it regular
celebrity.
guys
They
too.
doing it for everybody.
Yep. So it's like if they I don't know. I don't know. I feel like there was a lot more to the story, of course. I believe they and I'm surprised this didn't really go further
Hmm.
because I was like, well, the what they were exposing, I'm like, he could have really, they could have lied and said he went down for like he could be like Diddy. Like I'm surprised they didn't give him the Diddy treatment, but he's not somebody that's up right now. And usually when they do that to people, it's usually black men who are up and on. Stefan ain't up. He ain't assigned to
Hmm.
nobody's team.
And I don't think he was smart
They
enough to
said
get
they
dirt
were
on
waiting.
people.
Yeah, he avoided a 5-year prison sentence. So
Mhm.
now they said now that he's free, the NFL they've got him back on the table. So I guess he'll sign soon,
I don't know
since
because that
because
other
they
guy.
were waiting on the trial to be over to see what the verdict was going to be.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It's been ain't
Mhm.
But
nobody
it
said.
says NFL future back in play. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
We'll
we'll see.
see.
We'll see. It
I
was.
want women to be so much better. Like I want us to be better. I like mentally, I want y'all to be better. I don't know if it's your daddy issues. I don't know if it's a money issue. Y'all
Hmm.
just want status so much that y'all willing to do anything. Y'all would you know that this man was in a relationship, and this is not to say, people don't cheat and don't whatever. You knew he
Right.
was in a public relationship, and you
Yep.
still decided that you was going to sneak around with this man, do all these things with this man, and then you don't get your way, so now you want to expose him. But you
Mhm.
already knew. It wasn't like it was a relationship you didn't know about. It was a public relationship. And to make her look stupid, like this whole thing, and again,
Hmm.
I'm not defending Cardi because she was dumb too, because
Mhm.
all these women that came up pregnant, you still decided that that's what you was going to
Mhm.
do. But it's to me, I'm like, we got to do better as women. This
Yeah.
is what you aspire to, is to be a groupie. Like this is what you want. Like this is the
It's a
like
self
that
And
girl that
another thing
like
too, I
Snoop.
feel like they need sometimes the men need to be careful too. He's stupid
He's
because
stupid.
you gonna get set up. You know that
Period.
that's what they out here for to do is to
yeah.
set
And
you
you
up.
think your stuff is so good that they just and you probably mediocre, and they probably just doing it just listen. I got so many little things I think about him in his little purse carrying behind.
I feel like it's a self respect thing because when women when they say, oh, I forgot to say this. Apparently after he choked and slapped her, allegedly, she said they said that she gave him his birthday present. She went
What was that?
the same night that he choked and slapped her after she leaked the TMZ
Well,
stuff.
what was the birthday present?
It was they said it was some kind of was it Chanel? It was some kind of Chanel something she gave him. I forgot what it was.
A Chanel bag.
Chanel
A
something.
purse.
I think they said it was Chanel. And
She
so
got him a little Chanel purse, girl.
I'm like, where is the self respect? Like, even if the choke and the slap didn't happen, it clearly y'all got into it about something. I'm not giving you no birthday gift, and I definitely ain't buying you no Chanel birthday gift.
Well,
And
that's why she wasn't credible
slap
because
me.
everything she said was stupid. It was like, why? That's
I'm
dumb.
like, after somebody choke and slap you, gonna give them a gift?
She said, if you say you love me, then put me in Chanel. If you say you love me, then put me in Chanel.
So she doesn't have any self respect because to me,
Mm-mm.
and that's why a lot of women do. They don't have self respect. So
Or credentials. She's
Hmm.
chefing a hot dog. A hot dog. She's chefing a hot
yeah. And what's so funny is that he has
Child.
his foundation's called Digs Deep, and I was like, sir,
Mm-mm.
change that name. It's called Digs Deep, and I was like, you know what you was doing when you said that, but
dog. Hmm.
that's neither here nor there. So yeah, she bought him a gift after he got violent with her, and then she said, she apparently, so there's some like she after he gave her, she said he didn't pay her all her money, but they found out that was a lie. He actually overpaid her because they had the accountant on the stand, and the accountant was like,
She
actually,
got busted with all kind of like she would say one thing and then they would pull the receipt and then she would change it up.
I don't
Then they
remember.
pull another receipt. She just
Mm-hmm.
girl, why are you even on trial? Because you look stupid right now.
Embarrassing. I'm like, you should be embarrassed. I'm like, you
Like
are
who
really
prepped
embarrassed.
you? Like that was the dumbest stuff ever. Yeah, he did it, but ma'am, clearly in the Texas, you said blah blah blah. Oh, well, that was. I'm like,
Mhm. Mhm. It was a mess. It was embarrassing. I said she should be embarrassed because I'm like, honey, where is your self respect? Because
mm-mm,
anytime you, but like again, she wanted to make expose him so bad that she was willing to make herself look stupid
that's stupid.
because she don't
Yeah.
have nothing to lose, and that's
And
what
who gonna
happened.
hire you, chef?
Well, yeah,
Who
that's
gonna
true.
hire you, chef?
Because now they know. Which I don't think she's a real chef. I think that's some.
I
That I
don't think
think
she no
that was.
chef
I could
either.
be.
She
I
was
like
his
to
little
cook.
hoe.
I should be a chef.
She
Yeah,
was
he
his
made
little
she.
hoe.
Was, and that was a
That
little
was a
cooker.
cover up.
Yep.
That was a cover up.
But I think Cardi knew about those women.
And
She
you a
said
living chef, girl. You should have
For
been making
what?
all kinds of meals, and all you made was a hot dog.
Cardi knew about them. The reason why I feel like Cardi knew about she well, first she said she used to help Cardi pick out outfits. She did say that.
I would have punched her in her face. I would have. It wouldn't have been no. It would have been no court because I would have. I wouldn't have killed her. I would have.
I, Cardi,
I would have.
Child.
I believe Cardi knew. Cardi knew what type of time Stefan was on. I think she knew what type of time he was on, and she probably I won't say didn't care, but she
I
could have
mean, she should be used to it by now.
But like people were saying,
Dirty
he left
dog.
Offset for cheating only to go to him. It was cheating more.
Yeah,
At
that's
least
what I'm saying.
Offset got baby.
It's like she just, I think she's so used to it, she probably don't even care no more.
But it didn't make sense to me. It's like okay, because she's trying to get her. She was clearly trying to get her lick back with Offset. Like, oh look who
Mhm.
I'm with, and I'm like, you actually
Hmm.
more of a fool because at least when Offset was cheating, he wouldn't bring no babies back home.
Well,
Him,
well,
did he? That we
they
know of?
said he had a baby on her.
They did. He did.
That's
I
what they
think it
said.
was an
That's what gave the
allegation.
news. Yeah, I don't know
Hmm.
if that's to be the truth.
Okay, well, who knows? Yeah. Um. Yeah. And so to go to somebody that has babies for like and then he brought all his baby mamas to the Super Bowl too. They was
Tacky. He's
Man,
tacky.
just I know. That's why I say it's messy. It's messy. Like
Now,
straight
if he
messy.
very messy, because if he bought his kids, right, and the parents or his, somebody, his family bought the kids, I could
Hmm.
understand. But they babies, they don't understand.
And what now, baby, at that Super Bowl?
Mm.
now real quick
She had the one who just had the baby. She was at the Super Bowl with the baby.
again just had a baby because Cardi's baby and another one is the same age pretty
Hmm
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
but when he was here I think it was when he was here because my brothers and I were talking about this on Mother's Day. They said remember one of my brothers was like remember how they were interviewing the team the Vikings they were saying who's one of the person on this team you would not want your sister dating. They all said Stefon Diggs. They all said they did not want their sister dating Stefon.
Mm.
Mm.
Either us or the Bills.
And, and apparently he don't care.
Mm-mm.
He don't
I
care.
don't care either.
And she don't Cardi don't either because you're back with him.
And talking about, oh, well,
Today they said they was fighting today in Maryland.
well, let's talk about that. That's the chemistry, right? Let's talk about it.
So
Talk
yeah, she goes like
about it.
this. Now we're going into chemistry, y'all.
Would you
So
circle the block?
that is the question because we saw I think Stefan had some type of ceremony and Cardi B was there. He invited Cardi to be the one with him to be there. They all hugged up and kissing, and I was like, what's going on?" After she said, "I'm done, I'm through," she walked out on the at the Super Bowl, and then here we go. So why do people go back to relationships? That is the question. And why would Cardi go back after the public humiliation? Because that
Right.
was very embarrassing to
They get
be at the
sassy.
Super Bowl. That was very embarrassing. You're at the Super Bowl You got all the baby mamas lined up next to sit next to your parents or whoever, and Cardi wasn't even over there by your parents. So what is that about? Then
But she had to be there even if she didn't want to because she was there for Bad Bunny.
well,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
that's true. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but that was just straight embarrassment. Like,
Yeah, I think the trial
like,
too was embarrassing too because it's embarrassing because people are putting the dates together and they're like, Cardi was pregnant or he was with Cardi at that time, so that's embarrassing.
hmm
With that, when that kind of stuff happens, when court stuff comes out in court, that's how Meg and her boyfriend Party broke up because he started hearing all this stuff that was coming out in court that she lied about,
Mhm.
hmm
and so yeah, very embarrassing.
I think when I mean in the public eye, your relationship's got to be crazy, right? Because everybody gets to
hmm
see all of the things play out, and we can't act like okay, we've never circled the block before, right? We can't act like we've never been stupid for anybody before. We can't act like we have
I ain't
never
never
done
circled the
anything like
block.
that.
Never in my life.
But okay, come on, not circling blocks,
I
Never.
have.
right?
Never.
That's like here.
I'm proud of that. I've never backtracked.
Good for you.
Good for
Ever.
you,
Oh, you
sis.
know what? You're a Gemini. You know why? Because I remember I was
Not because I'm a
watching.
Gemini.
Wait,
She's a one and
real
a
quick.
done.
When I was watching Evelyn's and her daughter's podcast, and it
hmm
was on there, and Shawnice is a Gemini, and she said, "Yep, once I'm done," she says, "I never go back." And I was like,
Yeah, that I mean,
"Yes, yeah,
we might be cool, may not, but I ain't circling.
Okay.
I have,
Never,
yeah."
never.
But it has to be like real bad for me to be like, never again. There's people I'm like, but I have.
And I can't say like if you didn't circle the block, let's say you didn't circle the block, but there's some crazy things that you've done in your relationships that you like, why did I do that? Why, you know what I'm saying? I could have done
hmm
this differently. I could have been a little
hmm
bit more, we could have been a little bit more mature or whatever. We could have
Mm-hmm,
been the bigger
hmm
person. I don't
hmm
ever want to be the bigger person. I want to get my lick back. But
I can't be the bigger person. I choose to be when I feel like there's like a misunderstanding or I feel like I might have like sometimes I will. I'm like, okay, let me put my pride to the side because I'm the kind of person I'm like, listen, you come to me, but if I know that I'll put my pride aside. Be like, let me reach out and be like, hey, what's up, whatever. And then after what? Now you get one time. Now if it happen again,
one time.
About it, the next topic or the next bullet is chemistry enough to sustain a relationship?
Mm-mm.
no, no.
It seemed like we had this. Didn't this come up
Yeah,
before
with
about?
Megan Clay.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think that it has to be more, right? Because if you just have this chemistry, this attraction, this stuff like Cardi and Stefan, you just have this chemistry, but yet he's still treating you with no respect and he's still embarrassing you, and you are the Cardi B. And I'm not saying she Beyonce or she the queen of all things,
right. No,
but
I get
I'm
what you're
just saying
hmm
saying.
But you a
you
little
are a
bigger
certain
than he is.
status.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. And you're going to allow somebody to play in your face like this. There's got to be more. That you lack self-respect, you lack
hmm
self-esteem, you
Mhm,
lack like you should know how to be treated better than this. And to say you have your mother and your father and you still allow a man to treat you like this
mhm,
after you done came out of a marriage with a man who was treating you like a dog who was even better than this one was, and they
mhm.
both were dogs, that says
And
a lot
is
about the
that
men that
is
you
that
selected.
finalized too? Is her and
No,
Offset's
I don't
divorce
think it's
finalized?
finalized.
I don't even
I
think
don't
it's
think it's finalized.
finalized. But
I want that baby to be Offset's baby.
but I think another thing too with Cardi, I think because I think she doesn't want to look a certain way, right? Like, okay, I look, me and Offset broke up. I got with Stefon Diggs, had a whole baby, and you still married, had a whole baby, and now Stefon acting a fool. So I think she's trying to save face. It's the
Mm-hmm.
embarrassment, and
Oh,
so
it's long gone.
she's willing to like put her self-esteem. It's just crazy.
I
So
think she
you
has
just you
low
just
self.
want to look a certain way because oh, I had a whole baby. I'm still married to Offset, and I can't be looking crazy. So let me try to work it out with Stefon Diggs. It's crazy.
I think
Sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
It doesn't make sense to me that after he made a spectacle of you, even at the Super Bowl, you spent $1 million getting your family there, all this other stuff. You done paid for all of this stuff to make this a special night. He didn't even care that you wasn't at the dinner after they won. What? There's nothing you could say. There's no apologies. There's nothing that you could say that would ever fix that because that is so rude. That's disrespectful on so many levels that you didn't even care. After she done did all of that and you already knew she did all of that and you just didn't even invite her to the dinner, didn't even care that she wasn't there.
He's a womanizer.
He's a lame. I hate they lame.
Yeah.
I hate men like that. Like y'all lame as AF. That because I
He's
don't
a
mean to
Mm-hmm.
womanizer.
curse
And
on these, right?
womanizers do
They
not
lame
care.
AF.
They don't care.
Because I think he's used to getting his way, used to them doing whatever. So he's just like, whatever, I'm Stefon Diggs,
Yeah.
whatever.
And
I'm
he's
And
I'm
then he
worth
got fired.
50 million dollars, whatever. So
used to women throwing themselves at
mm-hmm.
to and like the chef, she wasn't a bad looking person. She's a pretty to me. She was pretty. So I'm like,
Yeah.
he has a type because he looks like actually like
Mm-hmm.
looks like one of his ex girlfriends that used to be on. Y'all remember the game?
Mm-hmm.
She used to be in
The football show.
yeah. She was
Yeah,
on
I
the
used to love
football
that show.
line, and she was also in a lot of the music videos, a lot of the rap videos, and so she kind of looks
Mhm.
like the chef. And so he was with her for a minute, but they broke up like years ago. But
Mm-hmm.
um, he's a womanizer, and
Womanizer, womanizer, oh, you're a womanizer.
is that Britney Spears?
He
Mhm.
is.
So yeah,
And they're not holding him accountable. They letting him do what he want to do.
Right.
and I think Cardi B does have low self esteem. I think she does.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But she's got her face done so many times, and I think
And
Voodoo
it
Man
looks
and,
it
and
looks tacky.
one of the YouTubers me and Nikki listened to, she was saying how she thinks Cardi wants to Hennessy is what Cardi wants to be because her sister Hennessy is like the one that's more, you know, I think, and I agree with her. I think Cardi kind of, I'm not gonna say she's jealous of Hennessy. I just think that she probably wants to be who Hennessy is
Mm.
because all her kids look like Hennessy anyway. Kidding.
Mm.
So yeah.
I don't think there is no amount of apologies that's gonna fix that. I am the type of person
And
I don't
not
do
that type of,
apologize.
yeah.
I don't do
Especially with
apologies.
with that going on. That's just too much. That's just
Hmm.
in the public, like for the world to see. Mm-mm.
Right,
Mm-mm.
right. Like there's not
Mm-mm.
an apology that you can say that's gonna make that better. There's not a thing you could buy. There's not a nothing. I don't do apologies. Like, I apologize if something came across wrong or something like that. But if
Mm-hmm.
you have a behavioral trait
Mm-hmm.
and that's who you are, I
Mm-hmm.
don't accept those apologies. I don't accept them because I don't believe them to be true. Like if everything went your way and you still, you was doing your grimy stuff and everything went your way, you wouldn't have apologized. But now since
Mm-hmm.
things aren't going your way, now you want to apologize. I don't do stuff like that. You want to give me an apology now because things ain't work out and now you want to say, "Oh, I still want to be cool." No, we not cool. We going to stay where we are and I don't want your apologies. I don't like the I don't like them. Like I'd be like, don't apologize to me at all.
They
I
don't
don't
seem
like
genuine because it's not
Yep.
genuine. Because like, why couldn't you apologize while it was still going on? You can be like, you know what? Even though I'm still married to this person. I realize I probably went about the wrong way. But it's not until you feel the pain and the effects of whatever. Now you want to, and sometimes for some people that's really what it takes. Like it takes for them to be in the karma to spin the block,
Yeah,
and they're
yeah.
like, okay, now I know how this person feels, and now, but even with apologies, just because you apologize does not mean the person has to accept it. But I accept apologies
Mm-hmm.
based on like sometimes things can be misunderstandings. Um, you know, I there are certain instances where I'm like, yeah, I have accountability in this too. So I think it really depends on the situation for me. Now, I also would one thing I don't like is when people knowingly do mean, wicked stuff and they know in the moment that they're doing it, and then after they realize that either they're in a bind or they realize for whatever reason they want to say sorry. I'm like, you had all the time in the world to not do it. You
Mm.
chose to do that because you could have said, "Nah." Even though I'm mad at Chantel, I'm still gonna, I'm not gonna do that. But you went down to the ground to try to. So, and then you're gonna come back and try to say
That
sorry.
a gutter.
Now you want to say sorry? Uh-uh. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I don't know when it comes to it's hard for me to accept apologies. Like I think I could forgive because God tells you to forgive, but I'll
Right,
never forget. And when it comes to the
right.
point of me never forget, like you just we I don't even know. It just depends if I
You
can
just
even
wrap
be
it up.
cordial. It just depends. It
Mm-hmm.
depends, but I'm not gonna ever forget. It ain't
Mm-hmm.
happening. It ain't
Hmm.
And that's why
happening.
it's important when you say things, and that's why a lot of times I won't say things in anger. I've learned not to say
Mm-hmm.
things in anger and let my anger subside or give myself time, because when you say things in anger, you might say something that you cannot take back, or you just don't
Mm-hmm.
know how that person take, because I've been in situations like that where I've said things, come back and apologize, and that person was like, even though you apologize, I still felt the sting of what you said. And that's the thing. And
Mm-hmm.
had I not said it, because I was mad, I was in my feelings, instead of me just being like, Chantel, just chill and, talk to that person one on one about how you felt what they did, opposed to throwing out jabs and stuff to people, then, you might have been able to, we were able to salvage our relationship with a family member, but everyone's not on there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, because
That's true.
if you said it, you meant it. And you know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? Like certain things, like let's say we had a disagreement or whatever, and I snapped. Now I would apologize for something like that because maybe I snapped and I just took something wrong or whatever. That's an apology. I'll be like, okay. But y'all
Mm-hmm.
already know I don't do apologies. I'm not apologizing for nothing. But if
Mm-hmm.
I I'm not apologizing and I'm not accepting your apology because I mean, I apologize sometimes. I apologize sometimes, but it's just not. I'm not gonna be like,
I've
oh, I'm so
apologized.
sorry. I'm so sorry all the time. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna do
yeah.
And two, you got
I've
to take.
apologized. I think I can do that. I can
Yeah,
apologize.
I can. Because I
that.
know
Hmm.
me.
Yeah.
I know me. I can take things the wrong way. I can, and like you said, Nikki, if I did something that you took the wrong way, I'm definitely gonna, oh, you know what? My apologies. I did not intend for it.
Right.
That was not my intention, but I also
Mm-hmm.
understand
Mm-hmm.
intentions aren't always, and y'all know the situation I had to apologize for, and I did not want to apologize, but I did because I gotta be a leader.
I'm a leader.
But child, no, God knew. I didn't want to say, but I knew, but I did know. I meant the apology, because if I didn't mean it, I wouldn't have done it. But I meant the apology, but because of the role I play in that
Hmm.
particular
Mm-hmm.
situation, and I didn't. If I could do it over again, I probably wouldn't have went about it that way. But child, I was fed up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Fed up.
Mm-mm. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
don't.
think it just depends on certain
Yeah.
situations. But if
Mhm.
I know like you know, you're an evil person or you messy or you just, you trying to come back because you think the clout is good over here and you trying to get in for some clout. Um,
Right, right. Which a lot of people do.
not happening, Captain.
Yep.
Okay.
Which a lot of people do. They yeah. And there are people that I know that if they say sorry, I will not accept their apology,
Hmm.
because I feel like, and I'm just talking about life period. Like there's a list of people that I'm
Mm-hmm.
like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
there's nothing you can say, and like Nikki was saying, don't wait till your stuff fall apart. Then all of a sudden you want to be humble and apologize.
Yeah.
Hmm. But given the opportunity to do it again, as in the case of my situation, given a chance to do it again, you will.
Mhm.
So your apology
Yeah.
meant nothing. That's why
Yeah.
I don't like, don't waste your breath. You know what I'm
Mhm.
Yeah.
saying? Like, don't even
Yeah.
waste your breath. Don't even explain. I don't even want to hear it because it's all you wasting your breath and you wasting my time. I don't need to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, so I want to say this: if somebody does, because we're human. People might go through things. People might be in the moment, they're frustrated, and they say something like, maybe their voice was raised, or they said, something that, like, maybe their voice was raised, was an elevated argument, and they come back and say, I apologize for raising my voice because that's not how I want to have a conversation with you. Would you accept the apology?
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's different. That's not a
Because it's
character
not ill
flaw.
intent. Yeah, it wasn't ill
Yeah,
intent. It was maybe like the heat of a moment. You get into a
right.
little
I was
space.
having a bad
It
day.
ain't.
I was stressed
Yeah.
out. I
Yeah.
shouldn't have came at
Yeah.
you like that. Now, like, I don't do the name calling stuff. name calling. You call me out my name. You say, and especially if we are a close friend, sisterhood
Mm-hmm.
or family member. I've never called any of my family members out their name because it's like I just won't go there. Those things that
Mm-hmm.
I just will not do or say to somebody. So when people do have those low, like they go, it's like you went low for no reason. Like you went low, so you obviously been feeling that
Feeling some way.
like
Yeah.
like the conversate, like situations we know. I'm like, oh, you was already feeling it. That's why you said it.
Right.
It's like you was already
Mm-hmm.
had that in your heart. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We don't. We don't. But
Hmm.
You're welcome. But yeah, but it's some things. It's no point no telling you lying on me.
Hmm.
You scheming
scheming,
on me.
There you go.
scheming.
Uh,
You've been
I,
plotting. You just
it's a
premeditated.
Listen.
don't say nothing. Keep
Right.
on moving. But it's certain
Mm-hmm.
situations. Yeah, it ain't no point no return to that. You can't. It ain't nothing you can say to me.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
mm-mm.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So
agree.
I think it just depends. It just depends on what it is and how it was said, and yeah.
But I
But
also
you know when people are, you know it. You know when people are
hmm
who they are, and that's who they are, and they show their face, and you take
hmm
it for what they are.
and I
Mm-hmm.
also think that when you have a genuine love and respect for the people in your life, there's certain things you're just not gonna say and do. So that's how I
Mm-hmm.
feel.
That's true.
Um, I just and I've had some knockdown drag offs with family members, with friends, so I've learned that, and a lot of times, I've learned as I've gotten older that everyone is just because they're your family member and not just because they're your partner, whatever. You say some stuff. They're not always, people don't always get over that kind of stuff. Like, even if they still are
Mm-hmm.
with you, they don't get over the things that you said or how you made them feel. So I think even when you got to be very mindful of how you approach situations and how you approach like
Yeah.
Yep.
people.
Just because you got over it and you think it's okay,
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
everybody ain't there with you, and everybody and you they don't owe you to be there with you because that should have
Hmm.
never came out your mouth.
Exactly.
Yep.
You should
And
have
I had to
more
learn that
restraint.
too. I had to
Mm-hmm.
learn that
Mm-hmm.
too. Because I used to be one of those kind of people
Exactly.
just like be all in my emotions and miss dramatic and going off. And then I learned when I started getting into, having those situations where people are like, we ain't there, we ain't that good. We're not good.
Right.
We're not good. Now
Mm-hmm.
I'm not I don't hate you, but we're not good because what you saying really hurt my feelings. And I didn't say
Yeah.
nothing like call them out their name, but I said something that was hurtful.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And because I felt like they was coming for me, and that's another thing I had to learn. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
misinterpret sometimes. You misinterpret things, and then I was like, well, I got to
Mm-hmm.
defend myself, and so you know, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, so as far as Cardi accepting any apology from Stefan, absolutely not. Absolutely not. There's nothing you can do. I don't care what you buy her. There's nothing that you can do because you're
mm-mm.
going to just do the same thing all over again. Given the opportunity, it's going to happen again.
And I feel sorry for her because now you're stuck with this person because you have a whole child
A
now with
whole
this
baby.
person. So,
Not a clean break.
yeah,
Well,
it's like,
Offset said, that's my baby.
Didn't Offset try to go take the get?
yeah, and they kicked it out for whatever reason. I don't know why they kicked it out because if he want to do the test, why they can't just do the test? I don't know why they kicked that out. I guess maybe they came back and did the math and he was like, "Sir, not
This
yours."
ain't your baby.
Yeah, I guess yeah. Because if he really thought that was his kid, he has a right to, I guess.
Yeah, he
Right?
does. Especially if it's that close. Like if it's in close timing, why
Mhm.
not? But it must have been thrown off when people's like,
They
"Sir, stop." But
Right.
who knows?
Knock it
Who
off.
knows?
But we
said
don't know when they stop messing around. We don't
right,
know when they,
Yeah, and
right.
that's what Offset said. He was like, but
There's some other tea too. They said that Blossom,
who is Blossom?
the third one that she had, the one that's right before this baby, because she has a
with
baby. She's
Wade.
like a 1 year old with like Offset.
Oh, okay.
They said that
They had 3 kids?
Hmm.
Oh, okay,
so
okay.
the fourth one is but with the Stefan. They said that Blossom might not be Offset's, but I don't think so because she looks just like Offset's mom. So to me, I think that's his daughter.
Who do they think it's from?
They said because remember, I don't know if you remember this, but remember when Cardi was pregnant with her, she was. They said she was sleeping with a football player, and
Another one.
No, I think it was Stefon.
Not Stefan. Or
Oh,
that's what I was gonna
oh,
say. It had to been Stefan.
It was Stefon. And at the time, and then shortly after that, I think her and she ended up having Blossom, and then shortly after that, her and Offset started having their issues and got divorced. So I think she's been messing with Stefan for a minute. We just didn't know about it.
oh. That could be true.
Probably. I mean, he was doing the same thing.
So he wanted to get
Spread
Blossom,
it low and wide.
wanted to
No.
get Blossom tested to see if Blossom was his because I think he might have thought because Cardi wasn't
Oh.
somebody else. He messed
Mm,
around with somebody else pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
mm.
Well, that's just some nasty work. That is some nasty
She ain't
work.
innocent either. Like I'm
But
being.
my thing is, I'll say you can dish it, but you can't take it because you've been dishing it since number one.
Because he been laying it low and wide in these streets. Everywhere, making a fool out of her.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
that should have been enough because he's been making a fool out of you the whole
Hmm.
entire
the
relationship.
whole time. Then
And
what he do?
you
He'll
allow
he'll go
this football player.
backstage. Yeah, he come up stage, give her flowers. I mean, he did that about 4 times. Like, come on.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Mm-mm.
So
It's
yeah.
unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but you have to have self respect, and at some point be like,
Hmm.
love this person as much as I care about. And then as far as the chemistry thing, I think a lot of times people get so caught up in like the sexual part of it that don't they're willing to like forget all the other stuff. So
And the perception. It's just a perception thing. Oh, I can't look crazy, even though you already looking crazy.
You
But
already out here looking crazy. Looking
so.
like a whole hot mess. And the thing is too, we want them to be better, right? And
hmm
she just may be that little thought.
hmm
Like
Hopeful.
I don't even want to say a thought. Like she may just be that little trifling girl. Like we want her to be better because she's a celebrity. So we expect
Hmm.
her to do better and be better. But
And
clearly,
she may not know how to do better, be better.
right.
Because who
Clearly that's
knows
what she
what?
likes.
Yeah.
She came
Hmm.
from the club. Those are the kind of men she
Yeah.
was
That's what I was
messing with
about to
in the
say. She
club.
used to it, so she don't know no better. If you don't know
Right.
better, you can't
and
do better.
Hello, you
she's a
better come up with the
celebrity.
whole quote.
She's a celebrity, so 9 times out of 10, the men that she's gonna be around are in those circles.
Hmm.
Those
Yep.
circles are all like whether athlete, rapper, they all have that same, not all, but a lot of them all have that same womanizing, So she probably figures can't beat him, join him. But maybe I was gonna say Offset. Stefan sold her a pipe dream. Maybe initially she thought it was gonna be just them two, and then
He sold her
Not when
some
these
type of
babies is
pipes.
popping up.
it was
Not only are
every
you
month he had a
sleeping with
baby.
other women, you not only are you sleeping with other women, you sleeping with them raw. And then you coming back over here. That is nasty. He is a dirty dude. He a triple D.
Yep.
What a mess. He's messy.
Dirty
He's
dude.
messy. He's messy. He's messy. And homegirl Jamila, whatever her name is, she's like, I'm gonna expose you. But it really didn't
Yeah.
do what she thought. I don't think it
It
did what
didn't
she thought
it
was
didn't
gonna
do what
It
she
do.
really
needed it to
Because
didn't.
do.
everybody's like, oh, that's
Mm-mm.
just how he is.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Y'all dumb.
yeah, they like, and okay, next. Like
Next.
what we need something better. This ain't nothing.
You need something needs to have some legs. This don't have no legs.
She might have got her lick back if he would have got found guilty, or if they would have said you owe her money. She might have got
Yeah.
her lick back, but
Yeah.
she just made her.
She
She
ain't getting nothing. She
Now they both unemployed.
ain't
hmm
nobody gonna hire her.
And what's crazy is he gonna be
Send her
back
back to the
employed.
club.
Watch what I tell you.
Like,
Somebody gonna pick him back up. He gonna
oh
be
yeah,
back employed and you gonna be looking crazy still.
you know what? I think she will find some sucker who will deal with her. I don't because people not a lot of these men, a lot of these athletes especially are just slow and they like clout, and we live in a clout era where everybody wants clout. So I would not be surprised if some athlete or some celebrity ends up hooking up with her. So I don't think all is lost with her either.
I don't think so because they all be in the same circles. They all be messing on the
Yeah.
same chicks. Because what is that girl name who got caught up with Snoop Dogg and Offset? And is her name
Selena,
Selena something?
Selena something,
Oh,
Selena.
I don't know who that
I
is.
know what you're talking about, and she got
And
them.
she ain't even cute. Like, what are y'all doing? Like,
Yeah, she looked crazy.
no, let me stop.
She looks like a blow up
Mm-mm.
doll. Selena
Like,
Powell.
y'all just be putting y'all thing in anything. Like, y'all grown. Like y'all don't got it together. Like I can understand you as a young man. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
old.
Yeah.
They in their
You're
30s.
old.
They're in their 30s. They know better. Like,
If you in your 30s, even if you just came into your money or whatever and all of this, like it should be wearing off kind of soon. Like I
right.
can't be sticking my thing in everybody because my boy just did that. I don't know what my boy got. I don't know
Hmm.
what she did with my boy. And here we are. And then they be going to like I just don't understand like that whole culture to me. I mean, I've been around all of that, but that whole culture to me, like
It's like the
you
Kardashians,
y'all running through any and everybody,
as y'all be with each other's men. It's like, what are we
right?
doing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No,
It's
I would be like, I gotta be with somebody that nobody knows. You know what I'm
I
saying?
bring
Like,
them
I don't
Hmm.
want
around
one of these
y'all.
group
You be like, I'm
shows.
like, I ain't bringing none around these women that in the industry. They ain't bring
Hmm.
me up, but it's yeah, it's a mess. And I think with Stefan, he's one of those that he don't realize that he has a lot to lose, and you
Mhm.
don't bring people that. Am I saying that she's beneath him or anything like that? I don't
She
like saying.
is. She ain't got nothing to lose. She has no
You
credentials.
should be having access.
She
You can't
makes
have.
hot dogs.
She want to make. Because
Child.
think about it. He's an athlete, so his diet is going to be different. You're gonna make stuff according to his diet. As a football player, you making a hot dog. This man, he's playing it. He's playing. He's playing the was it Nintendo? Was it
What he had with the
a
hot
hot
dog?
dog? Like he had a.
And I don't even know if I believe that story that she just cooked a hot dog. I
That's
don't.
what somebody said. One of the witnesses said.
Mm-mm.
Then they said, "Did you?" Then she was doing the money dance. They showed a video of her doing her little dance.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. Did the chef
So
have
they said she said apparently that happened after the whole assault thing. So they were trying to say, well, why were you laughing and joking like that after he assaulted you? And I was like, that's not really. I didn't really feel like that was a fair question because I'm like, a lot of people be getting hemmed up and still be like laughing and joking later because that's what maybe she was used to that, or maybe it was like and maybe it didn't happen. But I don't think that was like. And I get what they were coming from. Like if he did all that to you, why are you laughing and joking with your friends?
So she did the money dance after he done strangled her.
priorities, sis?
Flew to New York to be with her friend, her homegirls. That one of the braiders that braided Stefan's hair. She became friends with her, and so they had another friend. And so when
Mm-mm.
she couldn't go to Miami, she said she couldn't go back home to Atlanta because she sold all her worldly goods and so,
Not her worldly goods.
Mm-mm.
worldly goods. So she couldn't go back to Atlanta, so she ended up going to changing her ticket to New York, and that's where the braider lives. That's where
Oh
they was
Lord.
at the house doing, and she was doing. They was joking around. That's when she was doing the money dance, and she was doing like this. And so in my
Child.
video, and so they're like, "Well, ma'am," I'm like, "Well, that can happen. Somebody can get hemmed up and still like laugh and joke later."
Well, that's why her case got thrown out because the whole
Right.
thing was ridiculous.
It was. It
Mm-mm.
didn't put her in a good light, and it didn't put her in a light of
Mm-mm.
telling the truth.
Yeah, he just gonna be running around here still doing his thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to see if she has some culinary training.
She
Uh,
wanted him to. She wanted him to help her open up a restaurant too.
And maybe that's where she thought she was gonna get the money for this.
mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right.
All
Well,
right.
that is that on the chemistry part.
Yeah.
Now let's get into the tinfoil conspiracy tinging and pinging. All right, y'all. So y'all know I am the conspiracy theorist out of all of us. And so
Right behind you.
we have it right, singing and pinging.
Uh huh.
So we have this thing that it has been circulating and everybody was a little panicky about the Hantavirus of whatever. And so it's supposed to be
Mm-hmm.
something that happens because there's some rodent drippings and urine or whatever, and then people are next to it and they just all of a sudden catch it. And so it
Mm-hmm.
happened in the ship and the ship was in the middle of the ocean or whatever, and so they wasn't letting the people off. So this story has so many holes in it
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
and information gets around to the people so fast that they couldn't fix it and they couldn't contain it. There was only one story coming from it, and then the guy who did the whole story, I just want to get home. There's real people out here.
Yeah, I saw
They,
that.
yeah, they say that he owns part of the cruise ship. And not to mention, years prior, he's for the juice. He's for the juice. He wanted everybody to get the juice. And so I was like, so this was a plot for everybody to go on ahead and get another juice shot, or like what was the purpose of this, right? And then I'm like, it doesn't make sense, because unless there was a rat that was contaminated from somewhere and it got on this boat and it did this, I don't understand. There's rats at every dock. There's rats at every dock. People have
Mhm.
rodents and everything in their, garages and things like that all of the time. I've never heard of this ever before. And then
Mhm.
one of the doctors came on, and he's making it kind of seem like it's like HIV. Well, it doesn't get passed. It only gets passed through what do you call it? Secretions from humans, person to person, da 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 da. So I'm like, now this is sounding, instead of this sounding like something that was in the air, now it
Mhm.
sounds like something that could be like a HIV kind of thing. So what exactly are y'all trying to say about this whole hantavirus thing?
Virus. Mhm.
So I'm like, okay, is this supposed to be like the pandemic that's gonna, supposed to take everybody out, because they say this gonna come back around, right? So I'm like, is it this, or is it that they trying to cover up something else? So y'all
Mhm.
know me. I'm like, okay. So now they say that there is a Disney cruise ship. There was over 20 something people who had gotten picked up and arrested for
Mhm.
child.
Mhm.
And I'm like, and then they was like, I can't believe it. So they said Disney put out a statement as if Disney has not been the catalyst to all of these child stars that don't went
I was
crazy,
just
that
about to
had
say that.
sexual assaults, that all
Correct.
that all the kids that at the park, all these things that happened at the park that y'all been covering up, as if these things never happened, as if Disney is so I can't believe this.
Mhm.
Correct.
And then you got these people that are supposed to be immigrants, or the people that work on a cruise, and they're doing all of these things. I'm like, are you covering up for the people that are behind them, the elite that are making them do this, because they're probably sending those videos to those people?
Mm.
So I'm like, I understand. I understand the
And
cover
that is
up.
why I'll never go on a cruise.
That is not why you never gonna go on a cruise ship.
Not going. That's adding more to my list as to why I'm not. I'm not going.
Once, and I was like, "That's not for me."
And what's crazy is Rodney was talking about this the other day. Even before these stories came out, we were talking about how like cruises and stuff, and how, because he was in the Navy, and he's like, one person gets sick, everybody gets sick. And
Right.
we were just talking about this, and then this came out, and I was like, see, mm-mm.
Mhm.
And then
I
if
don't
you
want
stuck
to.
in your room,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
Mm-mm.
I think it's definitely a cover up, and if it wasn't, let's just say, let's take the Disney stuff out of it. Similar to COVID, I think this is all planned and intentional, and yeah, something.
Did did y'all see where it was a clip? I think I saw it on Instagram, but the guy was saying it's weird how the show, the is it not The Simpsons, but yeah, The
The
Simpsons.
Simpsons.
He said that every time, he said it's so weird that when you go back and watch all these Simpson episodes 20 years ago, whatever, it keeps predicting stuff that is actually happening. So
Mhm.
he was like, "What's up with that?" Because he showed the episode where they were on a cruise, Marge and all of them, and everybody was getting sick with this virus, hantavirus, right? Everybody's getting sick and people was dying and throwing themselves off the boat and all that. And here we are, same thing. And I'm like, yeah, but there's been a lot of episodes like that where they've shown, I think even that other one, what's that other cartoon? Not The Simpsons, the other one, with the little bad kids. What's the one?
Boondock?
Uh,
I was gonna say
is it
Rugrats.
Boondocks? No,
Oh,
not
the Boondocks.
Boondocks. No, no, no. It's the little white kids.
Rugrats?
No, it's and they be cussing and stuff. I forgot they used to show it late at night
Park?
all the time.
Oh,
South Park?
like the
Yeah,
like Family
yeah,
Guy,
Park. What is it called?
Park?
South Park.
Yeah, and they did a lot of that too, where they would predict little stuff. And I don't know if that's the same people that,
Well, I think
but
it's
it's
the media. I think the media and propaganda because media is what feeds the propaganda. So they know they be having these boardrooms, like these rooms where they talk about all this stuff,
mm,
and they
it's
feed it.
weird.
That's why they feed like a lot of movies are very telling. When you see a lot of these end of the world movies, when
Hmm.
you see a lot of
Mm-hmm.
these movies, because they all Hollywood, they're all in on like clicked in with what's happening, and
But let
so
me tell you what I think.
tell
I
me.
think that they tapping in, and they are getting stories and downloads, and they are programming the people to be prepared for something because they got to tell you what's going to happen. They said it's a universal law that they have to let you know what's going on, right? And so if they
Mm-hmm.
have to let you know what's going on, you could say you were entertained and you didn't see it, you didn't know it, but if they bring it back around, you saw it, you see, you know what I'm saying? Like you heard about it. And I think that's basically what it is. And I think just the same way they say things are going to be happening and it's going to be like biblical times.
Mhm.
And I think, of
Mm-hmm.
course, it's going to be biblical times because y'all wrote the story. So y'all going to make everybody believe that all of these things are coming to pass because this is in this book and everybody's supposed to believe it. So now everybody is fearful. So now they can, mold you and do whatever they want you to
Mhm.
do. And
Mhm.
so, I have my little, my things about things like that because how did it's the same like storytelling. I mean, not storytelling, like if you're going to what's the word? Not storytelling. What is it?
Prophesying or foretelling.
Fortune telling. Like if you're doing
Mm-hmm.
that and you have that kind of information, like that's what I think they're getting their information from. Maybe it's a Ouija board thing. Maybe it's a, like
Okay.
how who used to write stories and they used to snort coke so much that it was blood on their typewriters. I
Steven
think it's
Oh,
Stephen
Spielberg.
King.
Yeah, Stephen King,
Steven Spiel.
the
King.
Spielberg.
I thought was it King? Stephen King
I
or
think it
Spiel?
was
It's
Stephen
one of
King.
them. Yeah, it might be
Right.
Stephen King.
Mhm.
Right. And so you doing that because you're getting something from somewhere else and it's
Mhm.
planting
Mm-hmm.
the seeds.
Mhm.
So I think that's kind of like what it is.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what they're doing. And the thing is about fear mongering. It's about keeping everybody scared. It's about keeping everybody
Mhm.
in control. And one thing I hate about the elite and the powers that be is that I don't need you to control me. Control your people.
Mhm.
Don't control me. Let me live my life and let my life be what my life is going to be. Don't start changing things and manipulating things because you are trying to remove certain people. You're trying to remove, different mindsets and things like that. I really dislike that, but I think this is where they're heading. This is where we're heading.
Mhm. And that's why I think with the Chat GPT stuff. I remember when it first came out, I was like, ooh, but
Hmm.
now we don't even like think when
No.
we want Chat GPT to think for us. Like you, if you
Hmm.
find yourself, if you don't catch it, and that's why a lot of times when I have Chat GPT print something like, hey, I need help with, I want to write this IG post. Sometimes I do a copy and paste because I'm like, I feel like I ain't got time. I'm like, I'll skim through it. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
but then I'm like, nope, I want to train my brain to not to think.
Rely
I'm
on.
like, what did we do
Mm-hmm.
Right.
before that?
We had
What
to
did we? Yeah, what did we do
do the
before chat?
research.
Crystal.
Yeah, we
I'm
had to
like,
do the
nope.
research and
So
think and do
yeah,
it.
wake your brain up and rewrite some of this stuff and just to kind of
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like that's a way for people to start number one snitching on themselves and then two because they want to know everything about us and who knows like I can only imagine what's going to come out in like 5 years with that.
Right, right. And it's a shame because we're saying, oh, make and one thing that really triggered my mind, and I know we're going here, we go into other places, but one thing that triggered my mind was when Alicia Little said today, she's like, oh, all you have to do is train your agent to do this. And my mind just said, oh, so we're going to train the AI to be the agent, to be the person that we need in our life or our business, and we're going to train it to do that particular job. And I'm like, we're training we're training the AI to actually do the job. And so it's
Yeah.
going to replace everything.
Mm-hmm.
See what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
That's
It's going to replace
yeah.
everything. And we're saying, oh, AI is not going to do that. But you're making it easy. You're training it. Just like there was an episode with Homer Simpson. He's like, the machines are about to take over. And
Mm-hmm.
he was like, we're training the machines to take over us.
Yeah.
That's what we're
Yeah, we
doing.
talked about that in HISD all the time. Because I mean, pretty soon you're gonna have classrooms with robots teaching,
Right.
and
Mm-hmm.
I mean that's what they're trying to go to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So then
'Cause
there's less people in the workforce, and there's it's coming, it's
Mhm.
Yeah.
coming.
Yep. And because even now, I love AI. I love how it's made my life so much simpler. But I always look at, even with social media, when social media came out, I'm like, I love social media. I was able to connect with people that I ain't connected with, family members
Mm-hmm.
across the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, but the downside of it, then it's like, there's always
Yeah.
that downside of anything that looks good on the outside. There's always a downside. With Chat GPT, I'm like, man, listen,
It's the devil.
AI.
No. Chat GPT is the devil. But when she said that, I was like, wow. And then that thing with Homer Simpson came to me. I'm like, yeah, we are training the machines to do our jobs and they're going to replace us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of like remember that movie I, Robot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then it makes you
Mm-hmm.
think what then it makes you think, so if we're being replaced, what does that leave us?
And
Yep.
what to be slaves. It leaves us to be slaves and
And see, they
dependent on the
need us
system.
because we're the ones with the information that they need to feed them
Hmm.
to
Mhm.
make them stronger. Like they don't have that human touch. So it's they like you
Yeah.
can't get rid of humans,
Mhm.
It
but
seems like that's
you're
what they're
gonna
trying
need
to
it.
do.
You're
But
gonna
they can
need us
definitely
though to keep
replace.
feeding you.
Because like with a lot of
Yeah.
people who I was reading one time, I said, well, what jobs aren't being replaced by AI? And they were listing, like, of course, if you work in trade, people, plumbers and stuff like that,
Hmm.
trade,
Mm-hmm.
they said positions. But even with that, they have robotic surgeries now, so it's like you
Yeah.
can't really.
Mm-hmm.
And the
Yep.
robotic surgeries could be better than the doctor surgeries because it's supposed to be
Mm-hmm.
less error.
Mhm.
Yep.
So yeah, it makes you think. It makes you think about where the world's going. Like I feel like this Hantavirus, whatever it's called. I think there's something to it.
Yeah.
I think there's something to it. Um, and I think about a lot of the story, not stories, but the people that were saying, this was like a year ago. Excuse me. People are like, stock up, stock up, stock up. Get there's something coming.
Hmm.
And I feel like now with this, whatever they're putting out is like a feeler.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like you, Nikki. I'm the kind of person, I look at what's not being said. I look at
Yep.
what's being said, and I also look at what's not being said. And I'm looking at, they're saying they're trying to create frenzy. They're trying to create chaos. Why? Okay, the Disney PDF stuff. Okay, but I feel like there's something else. And just like with COVID, lock, control, lockdown. Everybody has to stay home. Control. You can't be out after. We had a law here. You couldn't be out after 6
Yeah.
p.m.
Yep.
A lot of people were saying COVID was just a practice run.
Yeah.
And my eyes are
Mm-hmm.
open. My eyes and my ears are open. I don't take stuff like this lightly, because I'm like, I always tell my mom this too. And when we talk about things, I said, you always be careful when the dominant society, when they get quiet, because they're always planning something. They're
Yep.
always planning something behind the scenes. You can always, people that are loud and boisterous, that's a distraction. It's the quiet people I'm watching, because it's like,
Hmm.
what's coming up?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I believe it. I believe it to be, I believe they're working something and they're trying to test it out and they're trying to see. But notice that anytime anybody get close to, I know everybody's talking about, oh, the Epstein and then, as soon as you get close, now we got a war. Now we got a new
Mm-hmm.
pandemic about to approach. Now we have other PDF files, but we don't have those PDF files. And so it's like it's absolutely insane. Going on, I think he was a spy, and I think he was used to set everybody up,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why we are doing all of the things
Who?
that we're doing.
Epstein?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. And I think that's why we all caught up in other people's business because he had things on everybody else, and that's probably why Diddy is locked up because Diddy
Mhm.
had the same kind of information, and Diddy is a Scorpio, and he ain't stupid.
Mhm. Yeah, I've heard that before too. That Diddy, that's why that he's locked up because he's.
Hmm. And he probably not is probably not locked up. He probably under the jail living cushy, and they was like look like he had a hard time. I don't think he in jail. Yeah.
And
I
I,
don't think he
people
in
keep
jail.
saying,
I think he under the jail. They probably put him in a cell, and he probably
mhm,
have a little
goes,
drop
mhm,
door in his room under his bunk bed, and he go down there and he go sleep and eat and do whatever he want down there, and then he come up and he go out with general whatever you call it, and they
General
I,
The
Poplar.
general
yeah.
public,
But
Yeah, and he
general
probably
everybody,
see
pop.
his kids because his kids don't look stressed out that he in jail. They probably got a
right?
tunnel.
Because I'd be stressed out because they ain't, their mom ain't here no more. And I'm like,
Yeah,
hey, Dad, I'd be so stressed out. But they over here like, whoop de
living life.
whoop de doo. So,
Whoop dee doo, whoop dee whoop dee whoop dee doo.
so yeah, yeah.
Like my daddy gone, y'all, and they
I've
having
been falling
fun.
Mhm.
They
out
going to
somewhere
Top
in the
Golf. They
courthouse.
they
If
going
they
all
would
over
have
the
said my
place.
dad got all that time, I would have fell out in that courthouse. They just walked out like twins
They're
were like,
like,
"Oh,
okay,
going to Fashion Week."
right. And then I think it's a plan. I said that this is the story that they got for the public, but Diddy somewhere else living life,
But that
and the
makes you
family
think,
come to see
though.
him.
That's the thing about like what like what is what we really see real.
No,
That's what I think about too. Like, is what we really is what we're seeing real. Like, we're seeing these things like Diddy. We'll see like somebody will have TMZ will have a video of Diddy. Oh, Diddy's out in the yard with the inmates laughing and joking. But then like you brought up a good point. It's like, and then what happens after that? Where is he going after that?
Uh,
mm-hmm. I was like, y'all full of crap. And I said, especially, I said, listen, Diddy is a Scorpio. Should something have gone down like that, he would have made sure, listen, something might happen to me. So should something happen to me, y'all, this is what y'all gonna have to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. So
It makes you think of.
I think he living under the jail or he living somewhere else and he not in that jail.
I wouldn't be surprised.
mhm.
Like I don't. I would not be surprised at all. I wouldn't be
Like,
surprised.
what floor is Diddy on? I need to know. I need y'all to take all the stuff out the room. I need to see. You see how they try to say that Epstein, how he offed himself?
I don't believe that.
That
Unlived
didn't even make
himself.
sense the way that they had it. Like, and so I believe
Mm.
that there's some kind of tunnels or something. I believe it.
I don't. I don't. I thought it sounded weird too when it came out, and I was like, I don't think he's really. I don't think he. The only way I can see him being it happening to him is if he was about to snitch, but
Mhm.
I don't think he did it to himself, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's still here.
I think he's still here.
People are saying he's still here.
I think he's still here.
But hell, who knows? They said Tupac's still here, living in Africa.
Back. Tupac's back.
Ain't nobody spot him yet.
People
Child.
screaming out, Tupac's back.
Ain't nobody spot him yet.
He got on a disguise. I'm telling you, that stuff makes you think about what we see is real. What's real? What's real?
Yep.
Right.
What's real? And with this AI stuff, they're making it harder. Like now,
Yeah.
you can tell some stuff with AI. You're like, "Ooh, that's AI," but then you be like, "Is this
But you see, that's what I think they're doing too. More foil hat. I think that they put it out there because they were trying to train it, and they needed real life situations. They needed real life people to do things that they would normally do because they only can do but so much, especially as geeky techie
real?"
people, right? You only are able
Mm.
to live a certain kind of way, so they need other people to do it. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, so it's so coincidental that you're able to get videos. You seen how Chat GPT has Sora, then Chat GPT sold us out to the house, right? They sold us out. And so now Sora was able to take, if you had an account, they was able to take your face and make it look real legit and make
Mm-hmm.
videos with you, but you had to have an account on Sora. So
Mm-hmm.
it just so happened that you can do that, and then all of these trials and all of these allegations and all of these things came up. Now you can't tell which information is real and which information is fake.
Mhm.
And if you don't have the money to fight that, you can't show that that's fake or truth.
That's exactly what I thought about when I started
Yeah.
seeing that. I said people can now, like even with these police involved shootings, they can switch it up and say that didn't
Yeah,
happen. We don't
that
know if
didn't
it's real
happen.
or fake. Now when we start seeing people get killed, but hopefully, I don't want it to happen, but it happens, and so we can now say, well, that's is it real or fake? That's one of the reasons when I start seeing AI, I was like, this is one of the reasons why, so they can have these officers not get not that they were getting in jail, but to make us question
Mm-hmm.
if something's real or not, and just even overall, like with crimes, period. So,
Right. Because you know what else? And I'm just thinking about it now. What happened to the girl that the boyfriend of the fiance killed her in Tanzania?
oh yeah, that kind of
Oh yeah.
And did it just
Mm-hmm.
go away? We not concerned about the trial no more because it's not even in the news no more.
Did they start the trial?
Let's find out.
the girl that was the black girl that was with the white guy.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
she
The
He's back
killed
home
her in
husband?
now.
Tanzania.
Yep,
Yeah.
he's back home, but I don't know.
I don't think there's a trial because they're saying he didn't do nothing. They can't really find nothing.
Mm,
So I don't know if they're even going to trial because it's one of those we don't have proof. You know what I mean?
right. Because I didn't know they even. I don't know if they even said that he was guilty or anything.
Yeah, I
He
don't
was
think they
he
did.
was no, like you
People
not
are
even.
accusing him, but they don't have, they don't, people are saying, of course, because it sounds strange. It's strange, but they haven't, they can't prove that he did it. So there's not a trial
But
because they don't know if he did it or not. But people are they're assuming, of
But
course.
didn't they say Cardi B paid for the body to come back?
oh, she
That-
did. Oh,
I
I didn't know
I
that.
didn't hear that.
that's what I seen. Let's see. Cardi B pays for body to come back.
All right, y'all.
We don't went off.
Hi, podcast. Thank you for joining us. Please like and subscribe our YouTube channel, and we will be seeing you guys again. Of course, our episodes drop on the 1st and the 15th.
First
See you
and the
next
fifth.
time.
Bye.
Bye.